I'm John Riegel, and I'm co-owner of Jack of All Beats. We're a beat store in McMinnville, Oregon.
I'm Denise Sprengelmeyer. I'm the owner of Modern, which is a design boutique in Eugene, Oregon.
Okay, my name is Mike Nagle. I'm the owner, manager, barber of Uppercut Barbershop. The Dell's my hometown.
Yeah, my name is Michael Barthmus, Doppio Coffee and Lounge, and I'm the owner.
And you're in what town?
Hood River, Oregon.
My name's Leta, Barclift. The town is the Dalles, Oregon, and my business is Pioneer Electric.
Earned income tax credit. Basically, what it is a transition so that people that are working and still below the poverty line can get some help. When you transition from not working to working, you often go through, there's various reasons you're not working. It could be health, it could be, incarceration, it could be your job was downsized and you're just completely out of work. It could be that you're new to the workforce. We have a lot of people through voc rehab and things like that. But all these people go through a transition of not working to working full-time and being able to support themselves. That transition, you go through partial employment, you go through, the complete out-of-work situation. And those people that are actually, honestly, out there working can get some help during this time through the Earned Income Credit.
The EITC helps working families supports them in having extra money to pay for necessities, bills, expenses. It keeps their family from getting into a situation of a poverty level. So that it bolsters their quality of life, which then I think reflects in the things that they do, the activities that they engage in, the places they spend their money. It just comes back around.
Some of my clients either are or relatives of them are beneficiaries also. I believe the earned income tax credit is based on the fact that you've worked for wages, and then they give you the federal government or the state government will kind of give a rebate, if that's what you want to call, based on that earnings that you do.
Income families all around the countries. Probably the hardest hit of our population in the last 5 years has been the lower and middle income families, so it gives them a little tax credit and keeps a little more money in their pockets.
Somebody's actually went out and worked real hard to earn. They may not get it from their particular business company that they work for, because maybe that business owner can't afford to pay top of the dollar wages that he'd like to. That doesn't mean that employee isn't worth what they're making when they get that earned income. It really does help. In general,
What you're looking at is you're putting money in the pockets of people that need it, that they can afford to spend on, getting their cars repaired, getting medical expenses, taking care of things for their kids. What we see personally here is people able to come in and come up with a plan for adding on extra income for their family often. So we'll see an artist that comes in and says, I'd like to do this to make some extra money for our house.
The cash flow in the community, whether it's spent with me or whether it's spent with any small business, gas station, what have you, definitely gives employees funds to live with their families, which goes out and is respent in the community, which bolsters all small businesses. So it's just a cyclical event that what's pumped in gets spent, which gets pumped back out, which gets spent again, and that's the fuel for small business.
Well, the way I see it, it circulates the money, where people, they'll buy tires, and then the tire manager might come in here and get a haircut. Or, that's the way I see it. It circulates the money a little bit more better.
Local economy here, we have a lot of tourism in the summer, but the year is 12 months long, so 9 months out of the year, we're very dependent on our locals. And if they have more money in their pockets, they're going to come out more and they're going to spend more. And also, some of the business owners, will hire more people, and more traffic means they can hire more people and hopefully improve their bottom line as well.
And I've seen this in family members. I've seen it in other people that I'm familiar with. The tax credit it puts that extra boost back into their household. And it's usually a substantial amount so that they can actually do something with it. When a little tiny bit trickles in here and there, it's not as easy to collect it, especially if you are low income. It seems to be eaten up quicker when it's a small amount and it barely trickles in. But when you get that earned income on a tax credit like it is, it comes at one point, and so you can actually do something with it and see something that you've accomplished with it. You know, be it a car like I did, or something else major in somebody's household. You know, I can think of a couple people that, you know, they were able to buy beds for their kids that hadn't been sleeping on regular beds, you know. I mean, that's a sad thing when your children aren't sleeping actually in a real bed, and you get to go out and actually purchase them their own bed or dresser or anything else that's necessary for your household to run smoothly and feel good.
I was glad there was a system in place that took care of people that were trying. I'm not proud of it in a sense of I would have rather have stayed on my 2 feet and not have needed it, but having needed it, I'm really glad it was there.
Well, the earned income tax credit definitely pops more money into the community. It gives people the opportunity to pay their bills, to buy necessities, and then that frees up some of their extra funds to actually spend in the community.
I used it to babysit, to pay for babysitters, and I used it for car repairs.
You know, a lot of our stores are what I would call discretionary spending. You know, it's not something that they have to have. So if they're barely making ends meet and they're barely able to pay for their groceries and their necessities, they're not going to have any money left over for anything else, for any discretionary spending. So anything that can help those families have a little bit of extra income means that they're going to spend it with these local businesses that will then also benefit from that and will, you know, give it back to the community as well. Just kind of trying to keep it in the family, in the community here.
I've done it. I've had family that have had earned income over the years that have improved their life because of it. I've known other, not even family, but other people that I've been in touch with, and I know that's how they get by. I know that's what puts food on their table sometimes, and I know it puts cars in, in their garages so they have a way to get back and forth to work. It's helped a number of people that I've been very close to and very aware of.
I know that they use it for, what I know they use it for is first catching up on bills, number one. You know, they hold off on getting the car repaired because it's a big expense that they can't ever budget for. So it's wait till the tax refund check comes in, which is in the form of earned income credit. So your major expense like your car repair, something major medical, I know of a person that couldn't get their cancer testing done until they got their earned income credit back in and could afford to go to a clinic and pay for testing to have their, so medical, projects for the kids as far as, you know, the next set of clothing, the next set of computer for school, the expensive, you know, one-time things, dentist appointments, stuff along those lines, and of course catching up on your rent and things along those lines, which throughout a year you sometimes fall behind on when you're partially employed.
To extend the Oregon income tax credit would be beneficial for everyone in Eugene, especially to the families who are receiving the tax credit, which then gets trickled down to the businesses, the other employees that I pay with added income from the store, that their income gets back filtered into the community, so it just keeps coming back around.
It's a carrot, it's an incentive to work.
We need to get this thing extended and keep it going. You know, I think it's going to end this year, at the end of this year, so that it's a minuscule amount of the total budget and would really go a long way in helping a lot of these families with this already financial struggle that they're dealing with in their daily lives.
Earned income tax credit over the years has been a very good program for a number of people. I've watched it transform my family and other families. It needs to be locked in with other programs that help people that are willing to work get ahead. We all need that. We all need the good feeling that comes from working hard and getting things accomplished. And that can only be done sometimes with a little help.
Yes, there is an American dream, but it becomes harder and harder for those people to make a step up and you know, get out of poverty. So anything that can help reduce bring those rungs a little bit closer together and help out, you know, these hardworking families is going to benefit everybody.